Today we go from this to that. Hello and welcome to another episode of CarlitosWays. This is the Jaguar XJS, and this particular one belongs to a friend of mine. It has been in storage for a long time, but before going into details, let's talk a little bit about this particular model of the XJS. This is the facelift model, which brings with it several changes, such as the windows, the wheels, the position of the badges, as well as the hyphen on the XJS, and perhaps most notably the taillights. They were completely redesigned and changed completely the look of the car at the rear. I really much prefer this version over the previous one. To say that I love this car is a complete understatement. I love the dark factory taillights. I love the electric retractable antenna. I love the brakes, which are inboard to reduce unsprung mass, but they're a complete maintenance nightmare. It's daft, it's beautiful. I love the retro decals on the windows, and I love those rear branded windows. You don't see that very often anymore. By today's standards, the Jaguar XJS isn't particularly large, but it certainly carries some weight. Available as either a coupe or a convertible, buyers could choose between two powertrains. A 4-liter straight-six producing 226 horsepower paired with a ZF gearbox, or a mighty 6-liter V12 delivering 305 horsepower through a GM 4-speed automatic. Across the whole range, there were only 2 paid options for the V12 and 3 for the straight-six. Upgraded leather, such as Magnolia, or V12 exclusive Autolux leather, and forged lattice alloy wheels. For the straight-six, the CD changer was the 3rd paid option. If you wanted a choice between sport or comfort suspension, that was strictly reserved for the coupe. Otherwise, high luxury was standard. Power memory seats, carpeted door panels, and SRS airbags. Jaguar even offered practical accessories like bike racks, tow hooks, baby seats, and yes, even different color carpet. I love many things about this car, but I could go on forever and then the video would never end. So let's take a look. Why is it that we are here? Look at this paint. This car spent 20 years sitting in a garage. On the one hand, it was safe from the elements, from the rain, from the snow, from the wind, etc. But on the other hand, it became a table. Yes, people use this beautiful machine as a platform for flower pots and plants. On top of that, they drag them right across the surface, especially here on the bonnet. It is tragic because underneath this scratched up metal lives a legendary creamy V12 engine. It deserves to look beautiful again. You can also see some reddish overspray on the bonnet. Keep that in mind for later. But first, before we fix the body, let's take a look at the fit. The wheels need some attention. Years of dust, grime, gone. Look at that transformation. She feels like a princess already. Alright, now we know where we're starting from, so let's explore the procedure. To start the paint rescue, I brought out my orbital eccentric Rupes Bigfoot 21. Because these scratches were so deep, I started with the blue quartz pads and the blue polishing cream. With these classic cars, you have to be a little bit careful. This paint is old and it can be much thinner than modern standards. I tried to find the perfect balance between aggression and effectiveness. Now look at this. In these pictures it looks amazing, right? You might even think, wow Carlos, job done, go home and have a beer. But don't be fooled, the polishing cream temporarily hides the marks. But once the oils are wiped away and we look really under the light, the deep scratches are still there. We had to go a little bit deeper, much deeper. There was only one option left, wet sanding. It is always scary to throw sandpaper at a classic car, but it was the only way to shave down the deep scratches. And it was also the only way to remove that strange reddish overspray. Remember that? Watch how the dull, sanded paint slowly comes back to life. I will let the machine do the talking now. Pour yourself a drink, turn up the volume, and enjoy the polishing process. With the bonnet finished, it was time to tackle the rest of the car. The roof, the trunk. The exact same process, painfully and painstakingly done. I also had to remove the badges. If you want a truly perfect finish, you cannot polish around them, they must come off. Every inch of this Jaguar is getting the royal treatment. And finally, after hours and days of hard work, we went from a rough, neglected paint to a deep, fine polish. The paint doesn't just reflect anymore, it looks wet like a black mirror. Originally, I thought to go with a carnauba wax finish, but then I decided, let's go with a very decent ceramic coating. Here is the result. This beautiful V12 is ready to hit the road in style. For sure, it's not 100% perfect. There are some chips there that we couldn't fix, and as the owner put it, the car anyway has to tell a story, and this is exactly what it will continue to do. If you enjoyed this transformation, please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.